In this video, we're going to be checking out over 50 more console-compatible ROM hacks that you can play on Everdrives and other flash cards. This is the 4th video of the series, but the order that you watch them doesn't matter, so for this video, you'll be getting the newest and arguably best hacks. So the first game we're going to be looking at is ROM hacks for Super Mario 64. Let's start this with a bang with Mario Builder 64, made by Rovertronic and Arthur Tilley. This mod is heavily inspired by the Mario Maker series, and it's incredibly impressive the amount of tools and options you have. Making a game in 3D space can be incredibly difficult, so it's incredibly impressive how intuitive this builder is. The amount of freedom and customization this ROM hack gives you is just astonishing. This hack even has 2 different versions of levels you can make. You can make levels from the vanilla Super Mario 64, or you can use the Beyond the Cursed Mirror base, which is a ROM hack that Rovert made. If you use this base, Mario can wear different costumes, you have access to custom enemies, custom power-ups, and even badges that Mario can pick up. Sharing and downloading levels is incredibly easy and intuitive also. There's even a special folder on your Everdrive which makes it incredibly simple to set up. Super Mario and the Monstrous Manor by Mr. Comet. This is a major hack that took me 11 hours to complete. This ROM hack contains so many custom mechanics, custom cutscenes, the graphics are amazing, and it runs perfectly on console. This hack was inspired by Luigi's Mansion, so if you like that game, you're gonna love this one. This hack even gives you a mini-map and a radar, which are both definitely needed. The goal of the hack is to collect as many coins as possible to get the best ending possible. There are so many secrets and so much to explore here. The amount of polish on this hack is just wonderful, and this is a must-play. Super Mario 64 Royal Legacy Definitive Edition. It's a fantastic ROM hack with beautiful visuals and solid platforming. There's 4 courses in this hack: Bountiful Basin, Toad Taiga, Brimstone Banks, and Desiccated Desert. Most ROM hacks are too difficult for a casual player, but this ROM hack has a pretty casual difficulty that's pretty close to the original game. It has one of the coolest Bowser fights I've ever seen also. If you're looking for a more casual ROM hack to play for Super Mario 64, this is the hack for you. Wario's Hint Art. This ROM hack is based off the hint art in Super Mario Odyssey. This ROM hack comes with a folder filled with custom images. You have access to the whole castle, so you have to find where the secret stars are based on the images. So this ROM hack can be a pretty fun challenge. Have you ever wanted to play Wordle on your Nintendo 64? Well, now you can with Wordle 64 made by Death Wizard. And if your Everdrive contains a clock in it, it actually uses real time, so you'll get a new Wordle every day. Mario's New Earth by the Hokkinen. This is a massive 125 star hack. If you're looking for more Mario 64 action, this is a great hack. It just contains some really solid platforming. This ROM hack is pretty difficult though, so I'd really only recommend it if you feel pretty comfortable with your Mario 64 abilities. If you enjoyed Mario's New Earth and you want more action, there's Mario's New Comet. This is based off the green stars in Mario Galaxy 2. So in this hack, you have to find 100 green stars, and you even have a star radar to help you find out when you're close to the star. This hack is a little bit more challenging than the original game. I definitely recommend playing the original first, but if you play the original and you're looking for more action, this is a fantastic hack. You ever play Mario 64 and have the thought, I wish there was a shotgun in this game? Well then, Shotgun Mario 64 is for you. This ROM hack was made by Doriel. The shotgun is incredibly fun to use, and so much custom coding and work got put into this shotgun through custom mechanics or custom object interactions. If you're looking to play vanilla Mario 64 but with a twist, this is a fantastic choice. Do you like Breaking Bad? Well then, The Disaster of Brainrot 2 Walter White's Wet Wild Adventure is the ROM hack for you. This ROM hack was made by Anonymous Moose and SPK. This is just a really funny ROM hack. It's very short. It'll probably take you less than 20 minutes to complete. If you're a fan of Breaking Bad and looking for a laugh, definitely check out this hack. The Preservation Project, a ROM hack that aims to recreate the Space World 95 demo of Super Mario 64. Space World was an annual trade show hosted by Nintendo. In this show, they would announce new consoles and games, and even show off demos like this. The beta for Mario 64 is incredibly intriguing because of all the small differences in it and what Mario 64 could have been. The Space World 95 demo has never been found, so all we have is footage of it. So it's extremely cool that people were able to recreate this demo just from the footage. If you ever wanted to see what the demo would have been like, definitely check out this hack. B3313, a ROM hack based off the beta of Super Mario 64. This game is unlike any other game I've ever played, mainly because of its scope. There are over 400 stars and 300 areas in this hack, which makes the castle feel almost infinite. Playing this game for the first time is a surreal experience. B3313 has such an eerie atmosphere that makes the game even more engaging. This game includes personalized values, which are changing throughout your playthrough. This makes you start questioning things in the game that you thought you had an understanding of initially. It genuinely feels like the game is gaslighting you at times. The version of B3313 that is console compatible is the unofficial Unabandoned release of the game, which is made by a lot of the ex-developers of the official version. If you haven't played this game yet, I highly recommend it. Thank You Old Blue Dog, a ROM hack for Super Mario 64 made by Aglab 2. Although there are only 13 levels in the ROM hack, and majority of them can be beaten in less than a minute, every level will take a lot of trial and error to figure out the tricks of how to progress. This ROM hack is incredibly challenging, but still feels fair. The game is loaded with save points all over the place, which is definitely appreciated. This game has amazing music and has such a cool, unique style to it. If you're looking for a challenging Mario 64 hack, this is by far one of the best options out there. Ever want to play Super Mario 64 as Wario? Well, now you can. Super Wario 64, made by Wario Plier. This mod includes a whole custom moveset also. So if you want to play through the original game with a twist, this is definitely a hack to check out. American Dad SuperFX, made by Blake-Aramo, so this ROM hack is obviously based off of American Dad. It's incredibly simple, you can probably beat this hack in under a minute. It's probably the easiest Mario 64 hack of all time. You can even play this ROM hack as Joe Swanson. Super Luigi 64. This is an incredibly impressive ROM hack that lets you play through the game as Luigi. All references and voice lines have been switched to Luigi. It's incredibly impressive the amount of work that was put into this. So the stars and levels are exactly the same as the base game, but if you're a Luigi fan, this is still an incredibly cool hack to check out. This is Hyena's Monochrome hack made by Quella the Quail. Making the hack black and white is just an artistic choice, and I think the black and white is super fitting for Super Mario 64. This is a short single stage hack that has 7 stars. This level seems like it could have easily been in the vanilla game. If you're looking for an easy short hack to play, you should definitely give this one a shot. This is Super Mario 64 SaKaSa, a ROM hack made by Gohani. This ROM hack is inspired by the Stone Tower Temple in Majora's Mask. It contains 7 stars, and just overall a really fun, solid hack. In the original Stone Tower Temple from Majora's Mask, you're able to flip around the temple, and in this ROM hack you can do the same. The flipping mechanic leads to some great puzzles. Whatever Happens 64, made by Ozza and Quella the Quail. In this ROM hack, you're unable to jump, and you have to climb up the obstacles. If you're looking for a challenge where you can't jump, this is a pretty solid hack. Super Birdo 64. This hack replaces Mario as Birdo. Birdo functions almost identically to Mario, except for one major difference. Birdo is actually able to fire eggs. This ROM hack was made by Mr. Hobbs, and it's a great way to experience Mario 64 again. Glass Smash 64, made by Navi and Wozel. This is a short demo, but it looks incredibly impressive. I love the Vaporwave theming at the start. In this game, you just have to break 30 objects. There is a custom brick throwing mechanic by pressing L. Although this is a short demo, the game looks incredibly promising. Brave Mario 64 Vanilla RPG. This ROM hack was made by Cedar Branch. This is an incredibly cool concept that pretty much transforms Mario 64 into an RPG. You have items that you can collect and consume at any time. There are plenty of warps around the levels now. There are even extra silver stars which spawn silver rabbits. There's a whole XP system, and the game starts you off with little moves, and you learn more moves as you level up. If you're a fan of RPGs and Mario 64, I highly recommend it. Escape the Tower by Aglab 2. This pretty much turns Mario 64 into an escape room. There are 15 stars, and although this game doesn't contain difficult platforming, it contains difficult puzzles. So if you're into puzzle games, this can be enjoyable for almost anybody, regardless of your skill level in Mario 64. Next, we're going to be looking at ROM hacks from the Simple Flip slide hacking competition. Balloon Slider Mania, an arcade-style ROM hack made by Team Cornersoft. The goal of each track is to get a high rank. You get this by scoring points. There are many ways to earn points in this hack. One is through balloons. There's also a hidden key in each level, which unlocks another portion of the level. There's 8 red balloons, like the 8 red coins. There's even a Team Cornersoft logo to find in each course, and these logos can unlock various courses. This ROM hack has so much personality with the custom transitions and sound effects. It's also incredibly challenging. It took me 4 hours to get S ranking on all the courses. And if that isn't enough, there's even a time trial mode included in this game, and plenty of secrets to find. The amount of polish makes it seem like a whole new game, and I highly recommend checking out this ROM hack for yourself. Mario Slides by Alchemist. This hack is incredibly unique because instead of controlling Mario, you control the level. This is a concept that I've never seen in a ROM hack before, and this really reminds you of one of those old Flash games. This ROM hack contains 20 levels, and it's overall just a great puzzle game. Interdimensional Slider 64 by Frito-Lay's SaKaSa. This is an incredibly impressive hack with a really solid storyline, great visuals, and even a green demon challenge in the end. The castle has a great vibe, and I highly recommend this one. RHDC.ppt, made by Rianu and the Cozies. This is one of the most unique Mario 64 ROM hacks that I've ever seen, mainly because it doesn't even look like you're playing Mario 64. Since Mario 64 has been decompiled, things like this are now possible. The goal of this ROM hack is to sit through a conference, but in this conference you play through the slides, and you actually get to play as Mario. The catch is you only have so much energy, and to get more energy, you have to drink coffee. And your coworkers are pretty much trying to sabotage you and take your coffee, so you're going to be constantly running from the coffee machine to the conference room, trying to avoid your coworkers. Mario breaks every bone in his body by Cow Quack. This is a really funny ROM hack with some great cutscenes, and this is very similar to Super Monkey Ball, where you have to move the stage to get Mario into the hole at the end. So if you're into Mario and marble games, this is a great hack to check out. If you enjoyed this game, there's also Dunkey Breaks Every Bone in His Body, made by Braked, which uses the same engine as Mario Breaks Every Bone in His Body, and it's pretty much just a level pack for it. Golf with Your Mario by Aglab2. This is an impressive golfing game with really cool mechanics, and it even contains things like Mario's wall jump. That time I became friends with the royal Scuttlebug family and fell from space. Made by Azza and Kaza. So this is a cool slide hack with some great visuals that runs amazingly on console. The space part in this ROM hack is incredibly well done. Ballin 64 by Anolia. So this is a Marvel styled hack, but it's pretty cool because you have custom moves like the ability to jump, and there are 6 courses to complete, all with their own time limits. Beating these time limits can be a fun challenge. Overall, it's a really fun arcade-style-like experience. Super Mario 64, the Slideverse, made by Jake Dower. This hack reimagines the courses as slides. This ROM hack is a demo, so it doesn't contain every level, but it contains a majority of the levels from the main floor and basement. Each slide contains a gimmick from the course. Super Mario 64 Slide Extravaganza, made by Cassini Luigi. This slide contains 3 levels, a beach level, a desert level, and a lava level. Each level has a star for completing the slide, a star for completing the slide within a certain amount of time, and 100 purple coin star. The slides are really well designed, and overall this is just an amazing looking hack. SM64 Double Down, made by Kapufka. Instead of having a timer, this slide counts debt, and you have to beat the slide before you get into $10,000 of debt. The casino theme is done incredibly well, and this game has some fantastic dialogue. If you're looking for a fun slide hack challenge, this is definitely a great hack to check out. World Slide 64, made by Krabuk. This ROM hack contains 5 separate slides, and each one of these slides has an 8 red coin mission in it. These red coins can be pretty hard to grab though, so this slide is for the veteran players. This is Mario's Tilt-O-Rama, based off the Super Monkey Ball series. This ROM hack was made by Spazzy Lemons. They got the look of Super Monkey Ball done pretty well. Slippery Memories, made by Josh the Bosch and PyroLexJ. In this ROM hack, Mario slides down through his prior games, starting with the original Mario Bros, going all the way to the Galaxy era. And after the Galaxy area, there's even an area dedicated to other ROM hacks. This is a really solid challenge, and overall just a really fun slide hack. Slide Home by Arsavetti. This is a solid slide hack with a beautiful atmosphere. In this ROM hack, a bomb is constantly giving you directions about which way to slide. Roll Hack by Yo-Yo Tam 3. So this ROM hack is based off Marble games, and it's a pretty solid rendition of a Marble game in the Mario 64 engine. So if you enjoy Marble games and you enjoy Mario 64, this is definitely one to check out. The Green Escape, made by Buggy. In this ROM hack, the goal is to collect 60 coins in this escape. The Luigi model in the corner is really cool. This is pretty challenging though, so I'd only recommend this one if you are experienced with Mario 64. Mario Escapes Peppino's Pizza by Stork. In this ROM hack, Mario goes through so many parallel universes that he gets transported to another game. Mario entered Peppino's Pizza, but got interrupted by a giant pizza face. The door locked behind him, and the only way out was through the basement of Peppino's Pizza. This ROM hack is incredibly difficult. This hack also introduces plenty of new moves for Mario, like being able to dash and running up walls, and many more. There's even plenty of secret collectibles and even a ranking system in this hack. Wall Text Slide Demo by Flash Silver. This is an incredibly short hack, but it is incredibly difficult. Nailing all these wall gigs takes a lot of practice, but it's definitely a fun challenge to try. Now we're going to be looking at a few entries from the Simple Flips Troll Hacks competition. Super Mario Galaxy 2, 3, Impossible Hack 2 by Arctic Jaguar and Cowquack. This is definitely one of the funniest ROM hacks that I've ever played. So this ROM hack is constantly trying to troll you and make you laugh. There's a really impressive persona area at the very end, and this is one of the most unique ROM hacks that I've ever played. If you're looking to have a laugh and see some stuff that you've never seen before, definitely check this out. Typical Everyday Troll Hack by Quell the Quail. This ROM hack contains 2 challenges. For one challenge, you have to pick up peppers to get a speed boost, and using that speed boost, you can jump over to the other platforms, but you only have 20 seconds before the pepper kills you, so you need to grab a mushroom as an antidote. And in the second challenge, you have to collect all the hearts. If you're into troll hacks, this is definitely a great one to check out. Only Up 64, made by Kaze. This hack is based on the game Only Up. This hack is incredibly difficult. It took me 14 hours to complete, but if you don't fall a single time, you can beat the game in about half an hour. So this game can be incredibly frustrating and tedious when you fall down and lose all your progress. Saying that though, if you're looking for a fun, unique challenge, this is a great ROM hack. Next, we're going to be looking at a couple hacks from the Mario Jams Element competition. Mario's Modules, made by Rovertronic. This ROM hack has a whole crafting system which is incredibly intuitive. When you press A or B, it'll set off the move that you've crafted. This can go from insane jumps to an attack, or even using one of the 3 caps. This is one of the most creative ROM hacks that I've ever played, and I highly recommend it. Element of Surprise by Aglab 2. This is a tower defense game, very similar to Balloons. And if you like balloons, this is a really cool way to play a balloons-like game on the 64. Okay, now for a special ROM hack. A ROM hack for 2 games in one. This is the Ocarina of Time Majoras Mask Cross Randomizer. This combines the 2 games into one massive experience. You can travel between the 2 games by playing warp songs or by going through the Happy Mask shop or the Clock Tower. This game randomizes all the items of your choosing between the 2 games. There's even options to randomize items in grass patches and in pots. This game also lets you use some Majora's Mask items in Ocarina of Time and vice versa, like using the Blast Mask in Ocarina of Time and having the bunny foot actually function so you run faster. In Majora's Mask, you can use the hover boots and the iron boots, and it's really cool to see what you can accomplish with these 2 new items. You can also use the tunics and the magic spells in Majora's Mask also. You can randomize enemy and boss souls in this game, which means an enemy won't show up until its soul is found. You can also randomize Ocarina buttons, so you're unable to play the notes until the button is found. You can even make it so the moon crashes early unless you actually find all the nights and days. I've played through this hack multiple times, and it's one of my personal favorites. If you're a fan of both these games, definitely check this one out. Now let's check out some Majora's Mask hacks. Pumkin Tower. This is a really cool ROM hack. It's incredibly funny with a ton of jokes, great dialogue, and a reasonable difficulty. It took me 2 hours to complete. And there's some really cool uses of the transformation masks in this, and also some custom masks. This ROM hack is also a little bit inappropriate, but if you're looking for a fun Majora's Mask hack, this is definitely a great one to pick. So the next thing we're going to be looking at is actually 62 puzzle ROM hacks for Majora's Mask. First is Ice Arrows is Missing. This ROM hack has 34 separate parts. In this ROM hack, you collect clues, and there's even a clue tracker included on the website. Using the provided clues, you have to track down the ice arrow chest. Once you've found the ice arrows, the ROM hack is completed. There's also Fire Arrows is Missing, Light Arrows is Missing, Seahorse is Missing, and Blast Mask is missing. In these other versions, you have to find their aforementioned items. I personally played through the first 4 parts of Light Arrows is Missing and had a really fun time with it. If you're into puzzles in Majora's Mask, this is definitely something to look into. Zelda Revival. This ROM hack would be great for the Halloween season, and it took me around 4 hours to complete. Link has been revived and has this new zombie-like model that's actually pretty cool. There are plenty of puzzles that require the transformation masks, and the atmosphere and the music is all just amazing. Now let's look at some Ocarina of Time hacks. This is Link exploring Whomp's fortress from Super Mario 64, made by Mark Kirko. This ROM hack is incredibly impressive. They changed all the textures and even added a windmill to make Whomp's fortress suit Ocarina of Time even more. Ultimate Trial. This ROM hack starts with Link getting lost in the Lost Woods, and ends up in this mysterious stronghold. The initial goal of the game is to beat the 3 trials to learn the secret of the stronghold. There's the Child Trial, which is based on the Child Dungeons, the Adult Trial, which is based on the Adult Link's dungeons, and lastly there's the Hero Trial. When you die in one of these trials, you have to start it again from the beginning, but you get to keep the rupees that you've earned. You can use these rupees in the various shops that this game has. These shops are incredibly cool, some of which feature brand new items and weapons. This game features so many new mechanics, like collecting mushrooms to make potions. There's a boss rush mode where you face revamped versions of the bosses in Ocarina of Time. These are much harder. There's also the Abyssal Arena, which is similar to the Pit of 100 Trials in Paper Mario. There's even new minigames, and this game is jam-packed with side quests. Highly recommend this one. This is the Fierce Deity mask in Ocarina of Time. The Fierce Deity mask is a mask that you get in Majora's Mask. This mask was ported to Ocarina of Time by Egakur. It's incredibly cool to see Fierce Deity in this environment and just to see what he's actually capable of. Zelda 64 Cosmic Goddess, made by Area Hero 64. This ROM hack was inspired by the Resident Evil game, so now Link has a gun and has to shoot zombies. This mod contains plenty of custom items like the Pegasus boots from the Link to the Past. These let Link dash at high speeds. It also contains a custom boss fight and even a new playable character. Dungeon Generator, made by Nokaburv. At the start of this ROM hack, you get to pick a path. The path of power, the path of wisdom, or the path of courage. Each path grants their own upsides. For instance, the path of courage grants double defense. These dungeons are randomly generated by seed. Plenty of these dungeon rooms have time challenges. If you like Ocarina of Time and its dungeons, I highly recommend this hack. The Legend of Zelda Sands of Time, made by Debuglog and Woon. This is a major hack that contains new enemies, new songs, new items, and much more. It is much more dark than the original game, referencing things like slavery. This ROM hack has such a vast world. This is one of those ROM hacks that you just gotta experience for yourself, and I highly recommend it. Bedtime Story by Pontius Stone. Link is trapped in Grandma's room and has to escape to get outside. This is a shorter hack that would probably take less than an hour to complete, but it has some great puzzle solving aspects. Trials and Tribulations. This ROM hack was made by the Sour OG. I really like the custom Link model in this hack. And the use of the purple flames gives this mod a really cool vibe. This is a shorter hack, only taking around half an hour to complete, but it contains some custom items and some great puzzles. Burger Quest. This is a very short ROM hack where Link has to help a Burger King worker. It's just a funny hack, and if you have an extra 15 minutes, it's definitely worth putting on the Everdrive. Romhack Thing, made by Egakur. This is a puzzle ROM hack with a lot of cool Easter eggs. The puzzles in this are incredibly clever, and it would take around an hour to complete. It even contains a double hook shot, which is a really cool new item. Now for a Mario Kart 64 hack, Super Smash Kart. It adds in characters from Smash 64, and tracks from other Nintendo franchises that are in Smash 64. It's a really cool mod made by Goofy Dude Gaia. This mod has been discontinued, but it's still incredibly cool what has been released. This mod contains 4 additional tracks: Mushroom Raceway, Gerudo Road, Aquastar Island, and Zeba's Sprint. For the last hack, a Banjo-Kazooie hack, Banjo-Kazooie Santa's Village, made by Mark Kirko. This is a very cool Christmas hack. This ROM hack contains 200 notes, 10 Christmas tokens, and will take around an hour to complete. It retextures and remodels so many objects, which makes the game have a very Christmas-esque feeling and is perfect for the holidays. Thanks for checking out this video. I have 3 other videos on this topic with over 130 more console-compatible ROM hacks, so if you're looking for more, check out those videos.